All right, Kevin back with you again. And today I want to share a little bit of a different concept for you. And, when we've been talking about partnering and collaborating and being able to do things together with the aid of other people that left to our own, we could never, ever accomplish. We could never accomplish on our own. And quite honestly, the people that we're partnering with, they could never accomplish on their own either. We can achieve far more together through partnering like this, through collaborating like this, than we ever could on our own. And not too long ago, I was having a conversation with a gentleman who, having a discovery session, having that kind of a strategy session conversation, and he was telling me about his business. And I'm not going to go into detail who he was or what kind of a business he had, because it really doesn't matter. But you're going to really get this when I explain this to you, because I'm going to explain it to you just like I did with him. And he's got a very successful business. He's got a profitable business. He's got a lot of clients who love the service that his business provides. And he was telling me that, Kevin, he's like, a lot of my clients, they tell me that, I don't want to reveal his name, but he's like, you really undercharge for the service that you offer us. You really undercharge for the value that you deliver for us. And I got to tell you, Kevin, he's like, when you talk about partnering and collaborating and how, when you get the structure right, that people will really want to just be able to help you. When you give them that opportunity, when you have the structure right and you communicate effectively, even very influential people can help you, and they want to help you. And he's like, but I gotta tell you, he's like, I don't know. I was like, I've just never experienced that before. And even my own clients are telling me that, what we're charging is way too cheap for what we deliver. But yet, for whatever reason, I don't even feel like I can charge more money. And, and this is a big thing. And I'm not going to, I used to struggle with the very same thing. I mean, I have always been one of these really giving guys. I mean, when it comes to business, when it comes to my personal life, I've always been just a really giving guy. I like doing that. I like doing for others, especially when, I see the impact that it makes, and I get that kind of satisfaction knowing that I had that kind of impact on somebody's life. And I was telling this gentleman, that I was like, maybe you've got a problem with giving and receiving. You're great at giving, but like I used to be, you kind of suck at receiving. and I'll tell you, I remember, it was way back in 2009. I held this event at my home, and I charged $5,000 a person for it. And I ended up having 19 people come here. And one of the gentlemen that I had invited was a gentleman by the name of Sean Stevenson, and his dad came along with him. And after that 2-day event, we were out at dinner one evening, and Sean was telling me, he's like, Kevin, he's like, what you did here this weekend, what you provided for us, 19 people, was absolutely incredible. And I got to know, Kevin, what can I do for you? And I'm thinking, like, what can you do for me? You already did for me. You paid $5,000 to come here. And so I told him, I said, Sean, I said, I'm good. You don't need to do anything for me. To which he then said, Kevin, you totally suck at receiving. You're great at doing for others. You're great at giving to others, but you totally suck at receiving, and you got to fix that. You got to come to terms with that, because here I am asking you, what can I do to help you? Because I feel I'm in such gratitude for doing for what you've done for me, that I now want to help you, and you're telling me nothing. I'm like, if anything, you say, I can't think of anything now, and I'll come up with a good answer later. And I did do that. And then not too long after that, it was a couple of years after that, I was having a conversation with another friend of mine. His name's Jesse Elder, and we were talking about this whole thing of giving and receiving. And he explained it to me in a different way. He's like, Kevin, he's like, this whole thing of giving and receiving, so many people have it so messed up, so mixed up. And whoever said that it's better to give than to receive is totally wrong, because that's crazy. He's like, giving and receiving are one and the same. And we've got to get good at doing both. We've got to be good at giving, and we've also got to be good at receiving. And he's like, and if I were to ask you, he's like, I'll give you an analogy. If I were to ask you, Kevin, what do you prefer better, breathing in or breathing out? And you actually gave me an answer, I'd tell you, great, go ahead and try doing only that for a while and see how far that gets you. We got to do both. And when he made that analogy, I was like, wow. And then he also was telling me, he's like, Kevin, he's like, when you give to others, and especially, you know, and I know that when it comes to business, you're just like this really giving guy. You want to help people so much. You want to deliver so much value. And when you give to others like you do, and you see the impact that it makes, how does that make you feel? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it makes me feel incredible. He's like, yeah. He's like, so who in the heck are you to deprive others from having that same feeling? You've got to let them know that they can help you too. When people ask you, how can I help you? Even if you don't know at the time, you know, and had already told him about the conversation I had with Sean. He's like, that's a great answer. If you don't know, fine, you don't know, but don't turn them down. Don't make them, don't take away that feeling that they want to have by giving to you. And see, this is, you know, and so now I've kind of, you've got to this point when somebody asks me that, I will say, you know, if I don't have a good answer, I'll just say, hey, you know what? I don't have a great answer to that question right now, but when I do, I'll be happy to let you know. Is that cool? And they're like, yes, absolutely, Kevin. Whenever you need to, just let me know what I can do to help you. And see, so much in the business world, it's all about what I can get, how much can I get for me? And it's like this lack, you know, this mentality of lack, that there's not enough to go around. When in reality, there is so much wealth out there, so much that we can give, so much that we can receive. And when we partner and collaborate with other people, and there's a structure behind it that just works, that just lets you be your natural self, that just lets you be you. You know, and the examples that I've given, you know, I mean, the gentleman I was just telling you about, he's now started using this process that I've been sharing with him. And he is just having such incredible success. And yeah, his business is making more money. All of that kind of stuff is happening. He just made a major announcement to those of us in the private group that we've got going, and you know, swore us all to secrecy. He wouldn't allow us to tell. But what I can tell you, it is huge. And I'm so excited for him and his business. And he's just getting started with this process. And so, if you too, you know, like I said, you know, I mean, I have to focus on who I can help most and who I can have the biggest impact on by sharing this process. And if you're not there, that's totally cool. I mean, just get yourself there and then come on back and I'll be more than happy to have a conversation with you. But if you meet these 4 specific criteria, meaning that, you know, you've got an existing business in place that's already doing at least $250,000 a year in sales, that you've got a system in place that's successfully selling your products and services, that you understand that, you know, that you want to give even more value to the customers and clients that you serve, because you also understand that that's how wealth, that's how revenue is created. And the more value we create, the more revenue we generate. So that's the 3rd criteria. And finally, the 4th criteria is that you're the key position, the owner of your business, and you're willing to have an open and candid conversation with me about your business, about the struggles you're facing in your business, about how, you know, what you see are your roadblocks and how we can overcome them. And if that's you, then I want you to, you know, go to this website, or actually go to the specific page on the website. It's at partnershipplaybook.com/SS. And there, fill out a brief little form. Tell me more about you and your business and your specific situation. Let me know more about you. And when I get that, I'll get back in touch with you as quick as I can so that we can set up a time to have a discovery session and find out if there's a way that I can help you in a really powerful way. And so with that, I had a great time sharing once again. I hope you got a ton of value from this, and I will be back again soon with more stuff to share with you. Bye for now.